Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Eric Kim. Alright, so a rando turbo thought. And yo, look at all these peoples with their Amazon deliveries. And it's kind of a rainy, shitty day outside, but yo, we're gonna brave the weather. All right, so this is whoa, it's a crazy one out there. All right, let's see how weatherproof this Lumix G9 is. Whoa, holy moly, check this out. It's sideways. All right, so this is just like a random thought I had about genetics. So obviously we know that genetics as a notion of, you know, where something originates, you know, genesis, genes, blah blah. So there's obviously something certainly different about, you know, a human being an avocado tree, let's say, right? But insofar much as beyond that, when it comes to human beings, I decided to not believe in genetics. Why? Let me just kind of share some of my personal thoughts. So first and foremost, I think, okay, this is me speaking as an Asian American guy. You know, growing up, it's like, oh, Asian guys have small dicks, blah blah. And generally speaking, I think at least in America, people see Asian American men as having less genetic potential than, like, let's say African American, Hispanic, Latino, Caucasian, whatever. And so often this kind of low-key racism manifests itself in interesting ways. So for example, when I could deadlift 455 pounds at the gym, you know, people are surprised because, you know, it's a good amount, but I think they're more surprised because I'm Asian. If I was, for example, African American and I did that, people would be impressed, but they would be less impressed. So I think it's an interesting thought, because what that means is there's lots of, you know, isms which exist, you know, like sexism, racism, classism, and all the isms could get pretty ugly. So now let us say, you know, genetics didn't exist. Let's say it was all just effort, industry, and courage and bravery. Then I think society would become a lot more interesting, because in that regard, everyone has more or less an equal opportunity, and then it just comes down to, like, how much courage or how much balls or risk you're willing to take and how much you're willing to dare. Now obviously there's some people who are born in life with certain advantages, but that shouldn't deter us. So, like, let's say, you know, life is an RPG in Diablo 2. Let's say some people are born at level, you know, 20, some people are born at level 0, some people are born at level 60, and it seems like everyone's goal is to become level 70. But just because someone else is born at level 60 and you're born at level 0 doesn't mean you don't have the opportunity to make it to level 70. It just takes more time, it's more difficult, and it takes more conniving, cunning, cleverness, whatever you want to call it. And I think this is generally a good thing. Why? Because it's more fun. Like, anyone who's played video games knows, cheat codes are only fun for like a minute or so, but cheat codes are generally uninteresting because they don't actually require much skill from us. And if we assume that life is a fun game, we want the game with the maximal fun and interest and stuff like that. And this belief in genetics is kind of stupid, because people say, oh, you know, the reason I'm fat because, you know, my genes, or the reason I'm not smart is because my genes, or the reason that I'm not so good at sports, or, you know, I can't get so buff is because of my genes. So, you know, obviously genes exist, but I always say, just from a philosophical perspective, it might be more interesting or more effective to let's just assume that genes don't exist. Let's assume, as a thought experiment, genes did not exist. There's no such thing as genes possible, where everyone's literally card from the same block, and that in life it comes down to individual industry and effort. Then, if we take this mentality, life becomes much more interesting because we don't got to compete with nobody else because we're just competing against ourselves. And I think this is also an interesting thing to consider because people think about life as zero sum. I think this is kind of a misguided notion. It's not that altogether, it's not that useful because if you think that life is zero sum, then it assumes that we live in a static economy, in a static ecosystem where your efforts don't really do anything. There's just a limited number of the pie. So moving forward, I'm not gonna let myself certainly ism myself. So I kind of realized the whole time I was being racist towards myself is I actually did genuinely think that Asian guys had smaller dicks than everybody else. But I think that's just racism or physical strength. New life goal: become the next Arnold or the next Ronnie Coleman, and just a thought experiment. Let's live our lives in accordance that genes don't exist.